Hi everybody, this is your Module 5 Introduction for Management 215 this summer. And as you can see, I'm under construction here in my porch, and I was hoping that the lighting would be better, but when I was looking at the preview, so we'll get that figured out. Anyways, I wanted to get you going on this new module, new content. We're moving out of the world of financial accounting and into the world of managerial accounting, which is really sort of managing by the numbers, what managers do with their numbers to help them make decisions and help them understand what's going on in a company. And so the first thing we're going to look at is we're just going to get our heads around some of the fundamental concepts that managerial accountants and managers look at, and in particular understanding costs. And you know, if you think back to financial accounting, right, your first line item in an income statement, it's revenues and then cost of goods sold. And so, you know, cost of goods sold, it's not just a number, right? It's what it costs you to make the stuff that you're selling. So we're going to get into trying to understand how we can tell how much it costs to make the stuff that you're selling. And so I've got some videos about sort of cost concepts, I guess. And then, so that's sort of the first half of the material. And then the second half of the material, instead of explaining concepts to you in a void, what I'm going to do is have you follow along with me as we build up all the components that go into the cost of goods sold for a manufacturing job. Because manufacturers, right, they have a couple of different options when they're thinking about how to figure out what things cost. One thing is that they can sort of bundle costs all together and just sort of have what's called process costing, where, you know, you don't try to differentiate between one job or another, right? So this would be like for large-scale manufacturing of similar items. Or if you're a custom shop, if you're a construction company, if you're a consultant, well, consultants aren't manufacturers. So if you're a custom shop, a construction company, anything where you're making products sort of specifically for customers or that are really different from one another, you do something called job order costing, job costing. And so rather than trying to explain to you what that is in a vacuum, what I'm going to do is have you work along with me on this job costing case project. And so I've got, you know, many videos to take you through exactly how to do it. And at the end of the day, you know, you're gonna have a situation where you've got, here, let me make this bigger. You've got a company that's producing, you know, bags and things, and they got an order for some bags, and, you know, how do you know whether they're making any money on that order of bags? And so there's a Word document that takes you through the whole thing and asks you to do a number of different analyses, and then there's a spreadsheet, many pages long, which really takes you through the whole process of costing out a job. So you've got the order form that comes in from the customer, and then, you know, you've got some estimates for your overhead. You've got the ticket that you use to pull things out of the warehouse. You've got, you know, your production schedule and what's already lined up on the manufacturing floor. So this is really like very hands-on. And like I said, my videos take you through, you know, every single step of them. There's a number of videos. It takes a while to load up, of course. Yeah, so look at that. So I count 7 videos for this project, right? So just work along with those, and you know, obviously call me if you have any questions. One thing I want to note is that when I first made these videos a couple of semesters ago, I made them sort of in a different context where we were using a different textbook. It's all the same material, but I refer back to like chapter 2. In your book, it's chapter 10. but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Just follow along. There's a lot of steps to it, but when you get done, you'll be better at Excel. You'll understand the complexities involved in determining the cost of goods sold, and you'll just kind of get a perspective on what's involved in keeping track of things on your manufacturing floor. Okay, so that is that. Have fun with this. It's not nearly as theoretical as financial accounting, that's for sure. And call me if you need me. Okay.